Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the Home Weather Office on this Friday morning. It is the 14th day of March, 2025, and this is the morning briefing coming to you from the Home Weather Office. Looking at the window of the Home Weather Office, it is cloudy, it's raining. It's a pretty cold rain here at the Home Weather Office, about 41 degrees and raining. The snow level not quite working out as low as I should say I was hoping or we were forecasting. I think we would see some snow around 1,500. It just doesn't look as though that's panning out. And actually, it's going to get warmer as we go through the day, so the snow level is going to be going up. I'll show you more on that in a little bit. Also want to say a shout out to Juan Brown and others that helped out with the question yesterday about altimeter setting and what that means for aviation. And as the altimeter setting is actually changing as you may be en route from one place to another. So I appreciate Juan as well as all the boys over at Boyd Aviation that are always very helpful because it's all ball bearings these days. Let's go to the radar. Interesting radar image this morning. We have this rain moving in. It's generally a light rain. Now, I know you see these areas of what looks like heavier rain in here. It's actually probably a little bit of bright banding going on instead of some heavy rain. So in other words, as the radar reaches these elevations here into the clouds, you may be encountering snowflakes that have a higher reflectivity. So you may be seeing some of that on these areas that show the orange colors in here. So instead of being heavy rain, instead it's big fat snowflakes that actually melt before they get to the ground. But as the radar is, by the time it reaches an elevation, let's say over Concord, from Davis over Concord, what you're instead seeing is you're pointing up into the clouds. You're not seeing down at the surface. Either way, we do have generally light precipitation going through the area today. And let me show you why this system today is different from what we had, what was that, yesterday? Day before? I lose track of days. This is the virtual sounding for this morning off the NAM Nest. And this is rather interesting, and I'll warn you, this is kind of a deep dive. All right, so here we are down at the surface, and as usual, the temperature cools as you go aloft. But look at this little kink from 850 millibars up to, well, maybe about 725 millibars. The temperature actually stays the same, and then it starts to cool off again. So what this is warmer air moving in aloft over the colder air at the surface. Yes, it's rather chilly down here at the lower elevations, but now we have the warmer air moving in aloft. Instead of what we had the other day when it was getting colder, we had the cold front go through. Remember that? The period of heavy rain, the thunderstorms, and that sort of thing. But as it gets warmer aloft, warm air advection precipitation, like we're seeing today, tends to be lighter. That's why we're not expecting heavy amounts of rain and snow. Sure, we're seeing snow, but instead of seeing feet, we will be seeing inches of snow, especially at elevations above about 3,000 feet. And we will see more warm air advection as we go through the day today. And so even the temperatures at the lower elevations will start to come up. So that's why we always look at the vertical profile to see what's going on, not just down here at the surface, but what's going on aloft. And this is a rather interesting looking sounding this morning because you have this layer right in here, which again kind of indicates warmer air coming in. And eventually that'll translate down below. But this morning it is snowing. So for that, we'll go to some of these cameras in El Dorado County. Again, these come from the Z Realty Group. If you do a Google search for either Z Realty Group or for Pollock Pines weather camera, you'll find not only this camera, but others as well. So this is Pollock Pines, and as you can see, it is snowing now as I'm recording this at around 8:20 this morning. It's snowing now, and we do have fresh snow on the ground. So let's go a little bit down the hill to find out where else it is snowing. So we'll come down to Camino. It's snowing in Camino, not as heavy, but you can see there's new snow on the road. And if you look in here, you can see the flakes coming down. So it is snowing in Camino. All right, what about at Apple Hill? A little bit farther down the hill. Yep, snowing here as well. That's Highway 50 right there. So yes, it's snowing. What about Placerville? now coming down below 2,000 feet. In downtown Placerville, it is just raining. So the hopes and dreams of getting some snow down to 1,500 feet just not panning out in most locations. Now, I can't rule out the fact that there may be some spots north of Interstate 80 or into Tuolumne County where we have some colder pockets of air that may be getting some snow at 1,500. But if you are below 2,000 feet and you are getting snow, first thing this morning, that'll change over to rain later on. But I was hoping we'd see some snow on this camera, which is at around 1,800 feet, I think. And it's interesting because the Placerville Airport, which is on the east side of town and at a higher elevation, the temperature as I'm recording this is 32 degrees, but down here it's just barely warm enough so that we're not getting snow. Instead, we are getting rain. All right, let's take a look at the big picture here. A little system sliding through, more moisture streaming off the Pacific. And for that, let's take a look at the precipitable water out in here. And we have a nice little wave coming through the area during the day today, as you can see here. Let me just position this correctly if I can. So this is the wave going through the area today. We get some drier air as we get into the day tomorrow. So the weekend actually is going to pan out okay. Now we are expecting something to come through Sunday night and Monday, and this is right here. This will also be relatively modest. We're going to see some rain on Sunday night and into early Monday, a little bit of snow, but there's, once again, not a lot of water here, but some pretty good dynamics. But still, it'll rain a little bit. Then there's a break as we head into Tuesday, dry flow from the north. But beyond that, I still like this pattern because here as we head into the range around the 21st, 22nd, here we do have more of an AR sort of setup. So to give us some nice precipitation here, what day is this? That's the night of the 21st into the 22nd. And then there's more chances beyond that. And what day are we up to here? This is the 25th. And I think there's another chance beyond that. Yeah, that right there, which is around the end of the month. Really nice surge of moisture here. So we are going to continue to see some relatively active weather. Don't call it a March miracle. We always get rain in good years in the month of March. And, you know, like I said, I mentioned some on an earlier chat. I will one day I'll do a talk more about March miracle, how that really originated. And it was a year we really needed it. It was, 91, back when we really needed precipitation. We'd coming out of a drought, and somebody that likes alliteration came up with March Miracle, and it was a good March. But every time it rains in March now, somebody says, oh, it's a March Miracle. No. All right, this is this afternoon. So we're now up to around noontime this afternoon. Noontime today. The snow level going up. It's still snowing in the Sierra, but for those of you, in Pollock Pines, we actually should see it change over to rain later on today. Occasional showers in the valley. And then everything dries up as we head through the night and the temperatures go up. Then during the day Saturday, precipitation stays to the north, but from Butte County to the south, we will be dry. Through the day Saturday, maybe some snow showers in the Sierra. But as you can see, the main area of storminess is well off to the north of Butte County, Southern California, Central California, and areas south of Interstate 80, all dry. And this is all the way up to Sunday morning. All right, that's the way the NAM shows it. Actually, let's go to how much precip we are expecting today. Yeah, so this is the way the HRRR shows the total precip today, 1/4 inch of rain. So again, that goes with the warm air advection type of rain. When you have a cold front coming through, you can get 1/4 inch of rain in an hour. This is hours of lighter rain. So that's why today's rain is a little bit more gentle. All right, let's go to the NAM. So this will get us through the weekend and into that one on Sunday night. So here we are on Saturday, rain going by to our north. This is the one on Sunday. What time are we up to now? This is Sunday around 8 p.m. Little band of rain coming through, some snow in the Sierra. Once again, probably inches of snow, but there will be chain controls on Sunday night and into Monday morning. This is Monday morning at 8 a.m. There'll be some rain around for the morning commute on Monday. and then everything is done by Monday afternoon. But once again, this is a cold front because let's watch the 540 thickness line, this purple line right here, and we just use that kind of as a reference point. But you can get the idea that the 540 thickness line is here. As that line comes through, the 540 thickness line goes by, meaning you have cold air advection, so it'll probably squeeze out better precipitation. So let's see what this one says in terms of how much rain we get in 24 hours. That's not working. Oh, there it is. I had to gig it a little bit. So this shows about 1/3 of an inch of rain in 24 hours. We might get 1/3 of an inch of rain. So not great, but still nice, and we'll get inches of snow in the Sierra. All right, let's see. All right, now we go to the GFS. I've got so many tabs open here, sometimes I have to click on them to find out what I'm looking at. All right, so now we'll go well out in time, showing you those other chances of rain. This is the one on Sunday night. Monday, yeah, that looks pretty nice. Looks like we're dry Tuesday, so if you're planning next week to work outside, to do whatever it is, travel through the Sierra, whatever it might be, that's Tuesday, a dry day. This is, we go through Wednesday, no issue. So this is Thursday, maybe a shower. I'm not too convinced about that one. This is the one we'll have to keep an eye on. This is next Friday night, Saturday, so a week away. We should see some nice rain and snow. Not huge, but nice. Maybe Sunday would be dry. Then we get another one coming through. This is the one on the 25th, 26th. And then there should be another one toward the end of the month, which is as far out as the model goes right here. This is around the 30th. Yeah. So we do have more rain and snow chances coming. For the valley and for the lower foothills, not enough rain at any one time to cause any issues. We're not expecting any flood issues or stream or creek issues, nothing like that. It's just occasional rain. Really nice. It helps to keep the ground nice and wet. We keep the snow going in the Sierra to keep building that snowpack, which is what we really like as we head through the second half of March, and especially as we enter the month of April. Like to keep that snowpack in place as long as we can. Really help to, I hate to bring this up here. We are in mid-March, but as we get into this part of the year, it's always beneficial to keep some cooler air around, not all the time, but cooler air around from time to time with occasional systems going by as we go into April and even into the first part of May to help to delay fire season. I know it's March and I'm talking about fire season, but that's one of the things you look for. You don't want an early end to the rain season to have everything dry out faster. Obviously, fire season comes, grass fires and brush fires and forest fires, that sort of thing. But eventually that will come. But the more we can delay it with some cooler weather and some occasional wet weather into the spring months, that's beneficial for that. But in the meantime, today, showery later on today after this steady rain. Unfortunately, it looks like that lower snow level didn't quite work out today, and the snow level will be rising as we go through the day. And then during the day tomorrow, dry. Still a cool day, but it should be fine for doing anything outdoors. And most of Sunday should be okay. It looks like that rain on Sunday should hold off until Sunday night and into early Monday morning. So that's everything that I've got for you on this Friday morning. Make it a great day. Make it a great weekend. I'll talk with you later.